one of the things that we would like to show the MMTs again is that S&P 500 index trade within the monthly options expiration that we did so well, and there are a lot of them. We closed at 1172.87 on the S&P, up 1060 handles, comped 3706, up 37 handles. Look at here, NASDAQ 100 broke higher again off of its original lows, up 28.74, and your famous Dow at 11,105, up 44.73 handles. Here we have a 15-minute S&P 500 index chart. What is the most thing that we want to know about it is that when we had rallied up, we had called the bottoms over here, MMTs, and the really nice thing about this is at the time that we did that, the first pass within the S&P bottoming yearly process, that is, when we got over here, down here at that bottom, at that 1141, and we didn't break it, that was that long trade, and it went right up to our 1204 target. Bingo! And then reversed. And we have all the live entries intraday, so people can go back and review it. And then when we got down here, we called the bottom again because this bottom area right here had held. And on the 15-minute handle, because we did the dailies, we got all the analysis, we couldn't break below that 1136. And so we said we would go higher, but here's the thing. We've come all the way up here today to about, you know, it's not quite 1176. The high today was, let's take a look at what the high was right there to give you the exact number. And this was 1,175.51. Then we had a big reversal down to the swing low to 1165.46. And when we couldn't break that, well, naturally, you had seen how we were trading the 1175 put. We bought at 14 and exited at $18. Made 4 points there. Okay? So basically what I'm trying to say is that we are hitting some of these upper areas that we did over the weekend, and we can continue to break higher, because if we break this major trend line, this is where these, you're at a real topping pattern right here in this phase of it. So let's show you what that phase of it is so you can understand. And that phase just so happens to be, let's say, let's just take this piece of it. This is where you're at on the trend line. This is today's, so let's get this right. So here, let's go ahead and move this down to right about there, and let's take that upper one out. So here you are, and these were your tops. Okay, so we know that, and we know this test, and we know how it dropped back down and tested that bottom. This all 15 minutes, but then we pop right back up here. But notice that we could not close above that high to get up to that yellow line at 1180. So as we take a look at where the next area is, we know that it's going to be up here at 1183. I think it's 1185 in our application. This is a standard public one. However, we have rallied now. This is going to be that upper resistance level. Now let's go back over here and let's take a look at the intraday on 9/13, because this is live after hours with MMTs. This is how it started out. It starts out at a double bottom here, and on the, this is the opening bell. Look at the 15-minute, look at the 30-minute, and the equity stocks broke higher. But then you got up here to that first high, and that was your first pullback to right here at the bottom here. The bottom of that, that's the wick, but there's the bottom of the bar. And you got major support level, and then you continued on a 15-minute level throughout the day. You broke up to the intraday high late in the day. And you pulled back, though. Look at how you pulled back. 15, 30, 45, 60 minutes. That equals a 60-minute bar. So if you look at your 60-minute chart, you know where your major support level was. And then we rallied back up. And we rallied back up to close the S&P at let's take a look at that high one more time. That was 1175.33. So you can see the closing price is 1172.87. And that's going to be this last 3-minute tick right here at the bottom. Okay. Tomorrow we are going to be taking a look at trading these puts again during the options expiration. We'll be taking a look at a lot of other variable factors as we traded the calls and the puts and Amazon price line. We traded them all and they were all good again today. Here's that price line short that MMT's got the other day. Look at that. Bam. But then today we did break higher off of that bottom. Bam. We pulled back and we had a second breakout. That's on price line. Some of the highlights of the SMF MMTs. Let us take a look at how wonderful the Apple trade was today as we recap the after hours trade management and how wonderful this was. In fact, it was so wonderful we couldn't stand that long breakout. We just had to stick with it. But every time we pulled back, every time we broke higher and pulled back, we kept breaking higher all the way up here finally at that 386 handle, and we got that nice reversal and another pop. This is where the short finally came in late in the day. As a matter of fact, it was 2:06 p.m. Eastern time as we started this triple diamond reversal, and that's the Apple one. And there was great trade management in it. Sina, on the other hand, had a great trade management today too. In fact, it was so good that we had to stick with this one. And these were acting really good in the morning because they were here. Let me go find that chart. I'm sorry. Sina. Here. Bingo. Okay, these are after hours print. This is where it closed. And we had that long breakout all day. Look at that. Just all the way right up here to these triple tops on Sina. So that was acting nice. Another highlight of the day would have been the Baidu trade. And how Baidu had acted very poorly, once again selling it short up there at that 145, but it seems to have a lot of support down here like yesterday. But now let's take a look at today's burn. It's this consolidation and this ascending breakout right here to that high was much higher than this last high, teeny wise. We broke. That was the Baidu. And then once we broke that first high up here, we had that reversal, but we maintained the consolidation, another ascending breakout at much higher teeny levels at support. Very nice trading day. We did lots of wonderful things. The Amazon trade was nice too, because once again it's been in such a very nice range that the MMTs can clearly see here today. Here, let's blow this up for you. May have to do another chart. Turns into a tick chart after hours. So basically the consolidations down here, it was late. It made the highs. It came down the other day. But today it burned right to the top. But look at the pullback. Bam! And you make another higher high. And they were very tradable in this area. And the pullbacks, we went higher. Stocks pulled back and made higher highs. Hey, this is some of the SMF after bell closing featured trades that were long. There were shorts. There were everything all the way around. Once again, it was a great day. It was. Bull rallies, bear markets, bear market trade management, bear market volatility, bear market downside volatility, bear market upside volatility, bear market trade management volatility.